Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Miscellaneous Monday, where today we're going to be looking at the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dinozord team, even though there's only 2 dinosaurs on the team, scientifically speaking. But anyways, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which that video, or what else you'd like to see in the video. So onto the Zords themselves. So here we have Sabretooth, T-Rex, Triceratops, Pterodactyl, and Mammoth Zords. And I gotta say, out of all of them, Mammoth is probably the best. And that's kind of sad because I do love me a good Triceratops. But unfortunately, this one just nah. But anyways, let's do a quick run through of all the details and lack of paint. So focus. So for paint on him, you get his nose and eyes. The rest is done in stickers. Oh wait, I believe that is paint as well. So not too bad. And you get some molded detail. I would have liked to see it picked out in some sort of paint. That would have been nice. So yeah, oh well. But as far as articulation, the head can move up on a stiff joint and it moves down. The tusks move too if you need them to. The front legs move all the way forward due to combination. They move all the way back. And the hind legs, same thing, back that far, and they move all the way up. So, and the tail moves up and down. Not the most posable of things, but not the worst. So, next up we have T-Rex. And, he looks pretty good. Nice blue for the eyes. So, get a little bit of detailing right here. And some for right there as well. Get a little bit right there. And that's actually paint, which this guy does have like the second most amount of paint, give or take. Tail's pretty hollow. But as far as articulation, the mouth can open to reveal some blasters. Moves up and down a little bit. The arms just move up that far, down that far. You do get a waist joint for, mostly for the Megazord mode. But the legs move out that far. They get, a couple clicks forward and back. You get thigh rotation, and I just killed, a dinosaur per little kid standards. And the legs, they can move forward that far. Unfortunately, really, the pose I have him in is the only pose you're going to get him in, because if you try to have him up all the way and then you angle his legs back, it looks like he's trying to pull a strongman pose. Because these feet, that is as far up and down as you're going to get. So, yeah, not the most posable thing. Again, and even if you try to move them more, you're going to pop it off that friction joint, and that doesn't snap into place securely, it feels like. So, yeah. But anyways, let's look at Pterodactyl. This is supposed to be the Pink Ranger, which I'm glad they did change Pink Ranger to be actually pink, because you do get a little pink on the head, but not too much. Please focus. So get a nice little bit of red for the eyes. A lot of silver right here. I believe these are stickers, and you get some stickers right there. And the back is the back, so. And the only articulation you're going to get is wings flapping weirdly, and the head being on a double joint. So, at least you can get some sort of flying pose. So, there is that. And as far as what should be my favorite, because it is a Triceratops. So, get a little bit of red for the eyes. Some nice white for around the frill. And a little bit of paint right there. These are stickers. Would have been nice to see these painted in black. And they were so cheap they didn't even bother doing actual rolling wheels for the guys. So that sucks. But as far as articulation for him, the head can move up and down. And the tail can move up and down as well. That's it. So we're going to set him right back there and look at the final member, Mammoth. Woolly Mammoth. And yeah, looks really good. Get the nice green for the eyes and the head crest. Get the giant M for, Mighty Morphin. Sure. And the back is to be expected, honestly, for a cheaper toy. So, yeah. Now, as far as articulation, you get a little bit of head articulation, which is nice. Nothing at the trunk, really. The tusks don't move. These front feet don't move. The back ones do move a little bit. But other than that, that is all their articulation. So, yeah. Overall, this set is not the best. Like, honestly, if you're a Power Rangers fan, just skip out on this set. Granted, I bought this, I don't remember when, but this was, I'm pretty sure your more recent stuff is going to be 10 times, maybe 20 times better than this. This honestly makes Combiner Wars, especially the plastic, because like he's got no heft to him whatsoever. Makes the Combiner Wars plastic feels a lot better, because I know a lot of people complained about that. To me, it felt fine, but hey, yeah, sure. But anyways, as far as size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe. So you can see it's a sizable team, shall we say. So, yeah. So overall, individually, they kind of just suck. I am sorry, Power Ranger fans, but this set just sucks. But anyways, at least individually. But anyways, let's see about that tank mode, because I do know enough about Power Rangers that this set does kind of triple chain, and it does a tank mode. So let's get started. So we're going to start with moving these two off to the side. Bring in Sabretooth. We're just going to bring his arms forward. Bring these back legs up. Fold the tail up at about a 45-degree angle. And that is done. I thought that sat a little bit more down, but it doesn't. For Triceratops, just take the tail, that 45-degree angle, and he is good to go. So bringing in T-Rex, what you're going to do is collapse the legs all the way up and get the tail, untab it so that way it can sit maybe a little bit more flat. Go ahead and plug in Sabretooth. So plug that in. There we go. Snap that in. Get this snapped in. Then just lift up the head, because we're going to go and bring in Woolly Mammoth. Untab the head. You do want to get the handle out, and yes, it does come with a sword. I'll talk about that later. And set that off to the side. You're going to take the arm sections, fold these out, then pull out the shoulder pads, straighten out at this giant rivet right here, and just bring them forward. Do the same thing for this side, so straighten that out, straighten, bring forward. If you want to, you can rotate these around, so that way you don't have the hollowness facing forward, and just bring these back. What is going to happen here is you got these two red clips going into that section right there, and then this is going to fold around, and this section right here is going to clip in right there on the opposite side, technically speaking. So clip that in, then fold this around, clip that in. Next, you're going to take the Woolly Mammoth head, bring down that handle, and it's going to kind of not really plug in there. It's supposed to, but it doesn't. The hole is just, it's not big enough. Like, that's honestly the best I'm going to get out of this. So just go ahead and fold that down. And finally, bringing in Pterodactyl, just remove the gun legs. And it's supposed to clip in, oh, no, I remembered right. So you got these clips right here that go in between the feet right here. And there are special ports, so it'll clip in. You're supposed to be able to angle this forward more, but it don't really work. But then you want to take the guns and just plug them into the bottoms of the Woolly Mammoth feet. And just angle this a little bit more forward. And there you go. There's the tank mode, as far as I know. And yeah, that they tried. I mean, I know the Transformer Triple Changers, there is one mode that suffers. But yeah. I'm not going to knock it. I know it's, the whole Power Rangers G1 equivalent, so it looks good for what it's trying to accomplish. I'll just leave it at that. But size comparison, G2 Sideswipe, not too bad. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get down to the rest of the combination. So go ahead and remove pink. You want to go ahead and fold up the head, bringing in the wings. Actually, you want to fold up the head right here and then fold in the wings. Bring that down. Or do you? I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. So fold it up. That is that all done. Go ahead and remove the guns, excuse me. And remove the woolly mammoth head and set these off to the side. You're going to go ahead and take the tail, fold it up, and it will snap into place. You want to bring down the legs, bring up the heads, and the saber-tooth, you don't want to flip up his teeth. Fold down the tail, flip up the paws on saber-tooth, flip down the tail, and flip up the foot. There you go. There is your legs all done. So I'm going to raise on up. There we go. Alrighty, so you're going to lower down this panel. Whoops, not right, not the head yet. Lower down this panel so that way you can lift up the head, flip it down, and fold this back up. Come back here, and you want to flip out the horns and the rest of his battle masks. So flip these out. These will kind of loop into place. Bring down the arms, rotate them if you had them rotated like I did. So the hollow point is, oh, there it is. All right, this was 2020, give or take. That explains a lot. Just go ahead and rotate this around. So flip this down, rotate, and flip this around. Oh, make sure that stays up. And we're almost there. So we're going to take Pterodactyl. I keep blanking on the name, don't know why. But there are two clips right there going into these sections. Focus, right here. So get these plugged in. And there you go. There you have the Megazord fully combined. And what you're left with looks really good. And that's kind of the main reason I got this. And also unbeknownst to me how the quality was. But looks really good. He does like to lean for some reason. So does have, I'm guessing, the typical Megazord backpack. So not too shabby. Let's take a quick look at that face sculpt. And yeah, it looks really good, honestly. It does look, that Megazord look. So, and as far as all of the detailing, we've already seen this in the individual forms, so yeah, not too bad. Now he can hold his accessories. Get this nice sword that is made in that soft rubber, and you can just plug that into his hand. Then what I do with the guns is I just take them and plug them right back here. So plug that in, then plug this in, and you can take the woolly mammoth head, and it can plug in as a shield. So, yeah, there you go. Now, as far as articulation, the head does not move. If it does move, it's very tight, and I'm not going to break it. The arms can do a full 360. They do move out about that far. Bring this down, you get the shoulder pad might come with it. You get bicep rotation. You get 90 degrees of elbow bend, nothing at the wrist. You do get that waist joint, albeit it is locked by the tail, but if you just bring it down, you do get the full waist articulation. So get that back up. I thought that plugged into the waist, guess not. Getting the arm out of the way. Legs move forward that far. Back is non-existent, and outward is, that. So, you also get a thigh rotation. Knees bend this way? Sure. Other than that, no knee articulation. The heads do move up and down. If you can figure out how to pose this guy. I guess you can also bring back the tiger's legs and have them act as heels, but it doesn't really work. And kind of, would ruin the look of what he's supposed to be. So, yeah, overall, articulation is lacking, but I think that's basically to be expected from Megazords at this point, even in this that day and age. So, but anyways, as far as size comparison go, And here we have G2 Sideswipe. As you can see, he is a decent-sized Megazord, all things considering. So there's that. So overall, and I don't want to be a negative Nelly on this figure because, one, this was 2020, give or take a few months, and stuff back then just kind of missed for the most part. Like, for Transformer fans, Earthrise just kind of wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst. It was still gave us some great figures. This thing, I think, came at a time when Hasbro was testing waters for Power Rangers, like I said. I can't quite recall, but I think they could have done better. Just saying. Because, yeah, that's just... this does not sound good. It's comparable to a KO. Shall I put it? Granted, again, it did lead to, I am hoping, some better Megazords for y'all, for the Power Ranger fans out there. I just typically like the Megazords. I mean, you're on a channel about Transformers. I like my transforming robots. Can you tell? And Megazords are no different to me. There are some that do quite appealing, like Tokuger. That one does appeal to me. There's one other one. I don't recall the name, but it's... Yeah, actually, there's two more. But anyways, this figure, not worth it. Don't track it down unless you're just one of those completionists who loves the G1 Megazord aesthetics. So, yeah. But I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more video reviews.